Welcome in Dijon, in France, for the second round of the VW Funcup 2014. Mixed conditions greet the teams and the drivers for this two-race meeting. 150 minutes, 1 to 10 minutes. Jacques Lafitte back in Dijon at the wheel of a racing car. How is it going? Well, I'm very happy, always very happy to be at Dijon, and the Funcup is a very nice championship. Very nice cars, not too difficult to drive. A lot of drivers here, a lot of cars, and that allows people who want to do some motorsports to drive on a cheap formula. And you have long races, 24, 25 hours even, and you can share the car. So I would advise this to everybody who wants to do some motorsports, especially if they have my age. It's a very important form of motorsports. It's very, very amusing. And we would like to have fun here. We have a good team. Fred has done most of the work yesterday. Lorenzo goes very well here as well. And we have a good team. We have some experience, especially me, who's the oldest of the three. So try to do the things here. You like the track of Dijon? Yes, of course. It's a small spa. Who wouldn't like Dijon? That would be stupid. 30 seconds to the start of the race with Jean-Pierre Baudard.
Jean-Pierre Baudard back in Dijon with the Funcup
track that suits this car. Yes, it's a great track, great atmosphere as well. The car likes it a lot. I like it a lot as well. And yesterday we had some good times, and we have a good starting position. Everything is well. Getting ready for the first start of the weekend. Then 150 minutes, a rolling start with the Italian Evo 2 colors. On the front row, the ACOME Racing that we're driving with the 227 of Leader Racing, sprinting towards the front. And this is their teammate, the other Leader Racing car, driven here by Gérald Delépine. And it's a 274 Allure team car leading from ACOME, the Evo 3 from the Evo 2. The Evo 2 have turbo diesel engines, and the Italians have taken the lead from the Côté Passion and the McDonald's Racing, driven by Frédéric, the GT driver. Always well at ease in a Funcup as well. And the long straight of the Dijon Prenois track, former Grand Prix racing track. And it's Côté Passion leading now from McDonald's Racing. Jean-Pierre Baudard. Good start, but he's being chased now by Frédéric. And this is the Jacques Lafitte car. Lafitte, who drove some 6 Grand Prix here, I think, but never finished in the points in front of his home crowd. Very spectacular track. Technical problems then. Some cars suffering from the demands the Dijon Prenois track poses on these small cars. 266 of SKR, but they can continue. Meanwhile, the 274 is now leading from the 258 of ACOME, and then it's the Côté Passion. McDonald's Racing dropped to 5th, but due to the slipstreaming, Frédéric could retake the lead and even create a small gap, which would maybe make slipstreaming more difficult for those following him. Then in the KRONOS guest car, Jacques Lafitte's car, over the undulating track. And then there's a safety car, the number 80, the E-Race 1, went off. And the car was pulled out of the gravel trap. And they can continue. At the restart there was a small incident. The Italians of ACOME jumped the start and they would receive a stop and go later. To 71 with Supermoto driver Van Dormaal at the wheel at the moment, gaining a place there. Here the ACOME is still in the lead fighting with the number 4 Côté Passion car. And the 274 goes wide. DONNIACUO, small mistake there. It looked like he missed his braking point. Yes, after braking I had to go straight, because otherwise it would have been an accident. So I preferred to go straight and go through the gravel trap, but then I attacked and we came back. The AC Motorsport 65 car. Doing well inside the top 15. McDonald's Racing still leading, and then the chasing pack. The 2 Allure Team cars and the 278 as well of Navarre and Chauvel. They had a low starting position, but they came back towards the front. The Italians still chasing Côté Passion in the number 4 Funcup, with Baudard at the wheel, and then there's a pit stop for the 316. There seems to be a small problem. Watching the evolution of the race, preparing for the stint, and off they go, the AC Motorsport car. And the 280 for François Verbiste, who put on the overalls again. François Verbiste, nice start for you. Yeah, it was very fun. It's a brand new car, and do this as a favor of an ex-sponsor of mine. But it's still fun. I had a lot of fun. We took a good start, but then at the restart it was a bit more virile. There were some contacts, and but I think it went well for us. But then we had a small mistake, because my window opened and we lost some top speeds, but still having a lot of fun. The 280 Socardin just inside the top 10 after 1 hour racing. This was the leader after 1 hour, after 60 of the 150 minutes, the McDonald's Racing, leading from the Allure Team 274, who made a great comeback after that early mistake of DONNIACUO. And the 278 of Navarre, Delray and Chauvel in third overall. And Evo 2, the diesel category, the 258 was still leading even after the stop and go, but the 271 was chasing them very hard. Delepine, Wassini and Van Dormaal. They could barely hold off the number 2 DRM Motorsport car. And here a mistake for the 280. That was Verbiste's car, but he can rejoin. And the 26 with Jacques Lafitte still having fun. .365 car plus Funcup, one of the 2-seaters at Dijon, and a small mistake there for the 310 of DZ Racing. But he stays out of the gravel trap and he can continue. Good look here on the undulating Dijon KRONOS racetrack. And there's some incidents like this one for the TML, and also the leader in the Evo 1 category. The DEBERSAQUES Funcup had a small problem.
Maxime DEBERSAQUES?
Maxime, you've seen there's some damage at the car. What happened? Well, here at the bend at the back of the track, I had a small mistake and the car went, and I slid into those rubber end plates that were there, put there by the FIA. So some spoiler left on the spot. 264, dropping back a bit, but still 5th in the diesel category. And the TML, those damaged cars can continue just like the Evo 1 leader, the DEBERSAQUES purple and white Funcup. And here's a stop and go for the AutoCOS Italian Funcup. They lose a lot of places overall, but still lead the diesel category. Yes, I jumped the start.
With the safety car.
After the safety car, I made a small mistake. Part of racing, I made a mistake. This is the ATE Race 1, the car that went off early in the race. In 13th overall, and Arnaud Samer enjoying the company of Jacques Lafitte. Yes, of course, it's a great honor to be teammate of Jacques Lafitte, but it's very funny as well. He's a very funny guy. Yeah, we have a lot of fun in the car and outside the car as well. I think I've discovered a great guy here who's as well on a golf link than in behind the wheel of a racing car, and he shows a lot of skill as well. 274 fighting with the 20 here. 274 now leading overall after the Côté Passion drop back. 271 leader racing in second in the Evo 2 category, and still leading the diesel category, the AutoKS Corse Funcup of Zorza, Cappelli and Sordini. Overall, the AC Motorsport 1 of KDM Perrin finishes in 5th. Great result for them. They're preceded by the 44 of MTE Jack Motors, driven by Galland, Bush and Janssens. 1.5 minutes behind the overall winners. The last time winners, the 19 of Colsol Racing for Michel Simul, finishing 3rd. And then there's a fight between the two cars of the Allure team for the first overall win, but there's a small mistake by 277, so the 274 can take this first win. Lorenzo Donniacουο and Pierre Piron, who had to race this race without their usual teammate Fred BOUVY, because he wasn't able to come to Dijon for professional reasons, but they still won the race. Lorenzo, great win here for this first race, and a good revenge after Zolder. Yes, I think we kept the first place almost the whole race, but we had it under control, and then we attacked, and it paid off. We were a bit quicker than the others. That was the difference. And winners in Evo 2, the Italians.
Motorino
Zorza, it was a great race and a great fight all during the race. Yes, a very big race. Unfortunately, we had a stop and go after the restart, so we dropped some places overall, but we still won the Evo 2 category for the diesel cars. And the 365 came back on 3 wheels. Evercommon, what happened? Well, I don't really know what happened. It normally happens never, because the suspension rear right broke off. So I don't know how this happened. I was very lucky it would happen at the hairpin. I was just switching gears and the car spun, but I kept it under control. I kept it out of the gravel trap, but imagine this would happen at the end of the straight. It would be a lot less fun. The Allure team double then in the first race of 150 minutes. Colston Racing in 3rd, then MTE Jack Motors and the AC Motorsport 1 finishes in 5th. That was the end of part 1. See you after the break. Welcome back to Dijon for the second round of the VW Funcup 2014. We already had one race of 115 minutes, and on Sunday morning it's the second race. 210 minutes this one, 3.5 hours. And the starting grid is composed by the results of race 1.
Fred BOUVY, vous étiez.
Fred, you were unable to come yesterday because of professional reasons, but your teammates did a good job. Yeah, don't even have to come, apparently. They took a pole and took the win. Great. I hope this will happen again today. They had a great job. I didn't see the race, but they won. So 2 Allure team cars on the front row, followed by the 19 of Colston Racing and the MTE of Jack Motors. On row 3, the AC Motorsport 1 and the McDonald's Racing. Off to a rolling start then. Let's see who can go to the first corner first of this 3.5 hour race. Already some pushing and shoving, and the Italian AutoKS trying to get to the front. There's some squeezing going on there. And there's contact with the McDonald's Racing. Let's look at it from inside the 26 cars. It was the McDonald's Racing in the 280 Socardin car. And the Côté Passion. With birthday boy Bruno de Bru. Lost some time as well. The 274 now leading from the 277, followed by the 44 of MTE. And the Côté Passion chasing the McDonald's Racing, who can continue. The car has some damage on the right rear. Nothing major apparently. And a great descent here. Switching past the E-Race 1 and the number 2 car as well, the DRM Motorsport. Fred Bouvy leading his teammate, who is being chased by the 278. Look at the slipstreaming there. It's almost like racing on an oval. And the 274 drops from first to third. It's the 278 now leading. The ACOME Racing. And here's his teammate, the LVR Racing by ACOME, the 279. Trying to get past the Evo 1 of DEBERSAQUES. Oh, and there a good slide from the 80, who just keeps it. 274 still leading from the 277. And the AutoCAS Italian car, the leader in Evo 2, the diesel cars, came back from 10th on the grid and now already in third. And slipstreaming on the straight again. The Allure team passes the 278 and the teammates, the 277. So Bouvy now leading again from his teammates, and then it was the MTE, the black Funcup with the number 44 in third position. A small group detaching themselves from the chasing pack. A chasing pack led by the AutoCAS Italian car. And a good start for the Allure team duo. But the others trying to get back. The 26 car is in there as well with Jacques Lafitte. Looking back from the leader, Fred Bouvy, trying to create a gap so that the cars behind him can't slipstream him, but that's not easy. Look at the AutoCAS Italian Funcup overtaking the 277. But the 277 tries to keep it on the outside, but it's the AutoCAS of the three Italians now in second position overall. Great racing there. And look at the skies as well. There's the first drops and the spin for the 279 and the 277, the car that was in second position. And problems for the third car of the Allure team as well. Something happened to the suspension apparently. It's a very tough track for these small cars, very quick track, but due to the grip, the suspension comes under a lot of pressure. And Côté Passion getting towards the front again, and there's a spinner. That's the 19. The winners of last time, leaders of the championship, but they can't continue. And Bruno de Bru, the birthday boy, in the number 4 Côté Passion, leading after 1 hour from the 274 of BOUVY, DONNIACUO and Piron. Having a great weekend, the Cottage trio. And the 44 of MTE Jacques Motors after 1 hour of racing in third position. The 271 in fourth overall and leading Evo 2 due to the pit stops, because there's always been a fight between these two cars for the diesel honors, between the 258 of the Italians and the 271 of Leader Racing. And they're well above the others in the diesel category, even though the DRM Motorsport number 2 car isn't that far behind. Being chased by the 356, one of the two-seaters. In Evo 1, it's still DEBERSAQUES leading, setting some great lap times in the wet, even almost matching the Evo 3 times. Pit stop then for the car in second position, the winner of the first race, the 274 of Team ALLURE. And that's a good pit stop. And they might gain some places there. The 258 now has retaken the lead in the diesel category. And the first problems appear. Here's the 20, the Sotra plant car. And that was the result of an off.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
What happened? I don't know really. I was there in the downhill section. There was a car in front of me and a car behind me. And I tried to keep it behind me, but he dove on the inside. He hit me, and I spun, and I went into the tire wall. I don't know what happened there. It went too fast for me.
Voilà.
The McDonald's Racing had a good first race. The second race has some problems there for the quartet. And the 278 comes in again, but this time on the back of a lorry, and there's a problem with the car of Marcel Chauvel. Probably a drive shaft or something.
Martial, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
Marcel, what's going on? Well, I was at the double left corner there. I tried to put in the third gear, but the car went. I could keep it under control, but it was impossible to put in a gear, and I think the drive shaft broke. And the 26 is pulled in as well. It's a pity. Was well inside the top 10. But it doesn't seem to be major damage to the Lafitte car. And they can't continue, maybe even get a decent result. Stop and go then for the number 4, Côté Passion. That might cost him some time. The 258 of the Italians chasing hard for an overall classification as well. Still leading Evo 2. Brakes locking for the 354. But he keeps it out of harm's way. And the others doing a good job in avoiding him. Evo 1 leaders, father and son DEBERSAQUES with their new teammate Geert Tont. 227 leader racing 2 in 4th in the Evo 2 category. And there's a good fight between the 271 and the 2 for 2nd and 3rd place in that diesel category. And in the end it would be the DRM Motorsport who would take 2nd from leader racing, with the Italians winning the category, of course. The 44 was heading for a 4th place finish, but in the last corner it was overtaken by the 59, who took 4th place with only 0.05 of a second difference. And 3rd overall, Côté Passion, despite their stop and go penalty. They finished on the podium. A great race for them, and the fight for the win went again between the Team ALLURE cars. But Guillaume Mongeon having difficulties at the last pit stop, so Fred BOUVY could overtake him. And even though they chased each other all along the Dijon track, it was the experience of Fred BOUVY that paid off. And eventually he would take the 2nd win of the weekend for the ALLURE team 274 car, with only 1.3 seconds difference. A great double again for ALLURE team then.
Fred BOUVY, victoire dans cette deuxième manche.
Fred BOUVY winning this second race after a great fight. Well, fighting with a teammate is always a good thing. And little Guillaume here unfortunately had a problem at the pit stop, so I could pass him, but he was... we lost some time with an electrical problem, but it went well.
Guillaume Mondron, deuxième.
Guillaume, second again, like the first race. Yes, well, great. We're a bit like the Polydor of the weekend. But I had a problem at the last pit stop. My seat wouldn't move forward, so I was sitting uncomfortably, and Fred could pass me, but we had fun. And a good thing for the team as well. But then there was problems for Team ALLURE because the 274 was disqualified because of the ride height of the car. Appeal was entered, so the results are unofficial for the moment.
Claudio Capelli.
Claudio Cappelli, another win in the Evo 2 category. It was a great weekend for you. Yes, it was a great weekend. We had a bit of a messy start of the weekend, but we're very happy in the end. The drivers in the Evo 2 category have a good. It's a good category. It's very, very amusing. So Zorzak, Cappelli and Sordini winning Evo 2, and Evo 1 went to DEBERSAQUES.
Yves DEBERSAQUES, proficiat.
Yves DEBERSAQUES, congratulations. Great race for you again. Yes, thank you. I'm very proud of my son, who had a very good race today. Even in the rain, he matched the times of the Evo 3 cars, and we were only with an Evo 1 car. No, we're very happy, and we didn't have a lot of technical problems. And yes, and our new driver Geert Dont did a good job in his first race here. There they are, father and son DEBERSAQUES with their new teammate Geert Dont on the highest step of the rostrum. And this is the overall result: double end for Allure team, followed by Côté Passion, AC Motorsport and MT Jacques Motors. That was it from Dijon. See you next time.